What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer update video out here in sunny Singapore. Great weather again today. Don't forget, today's show is sponsored by Match Bingo, who are sponsoring me on this tour. QR code in the top right hand corner and in the description below. Deposit £5 and get £10 free, and we've had a few winners so far as well, so make sure you let me know in the chat if anybody is lucky enough to win. Shout out to Match Bingo. Speaking of winning, Arsenal won last night. They picked up a 1-0 victory against AC Milan. First pre-season game of the tour, and we got a 1-0 victory. And I think we ticked a lot of boxes last night, man. I spoke to a lot of people about the game. A lot of people thought the game was a little bit boring, but it was a first game of pre-season feel. AC Milan a little bit further behind in their pre-season. Their season starts later than ours. And Arsenal, I thought we looked all right. Like, listen, we weren't absolute world beaters during the game, but we managed to get the victory that we needed. And good goal by Isak, a really good cross by Gyökeres. We won the game. I thought there were some real positives out of the game, especially the young players. Mosquera, man, that turn that he did on the byline on that defender, the whole crowd went crazy. And the other one where he just spins and gets the shot off and the goalkeeper saves it. Two of the best moments of quality in the game from Mosquera, new 5-year contract. And obviously Max Dowman, 15 years of age. I was so impressed with him. That's the first time I've seen him live, and it wasn't just the ability, it was the confidence of a 15-year-old to just be telling Odegaard, give me the ball. I'm going to make something happen. I believe in myself. I can go past a couple of players. I thought he was excellent. And a lot of the coaching staff were saying, listen, he's going to get game time with the first team this year. So well done to him, and a lot of the other young players as well. I thought Josh Nichols did really well. And one or two others, young Salmon, the centre-back. Lewis Skelly, we actually forget, is a young player as well. He was quality as well. So good positive night for Arsenal in their victory. I thought Norgard and Zubamendi put in positive performances as well. So listen, good to see. Kepa made some really good saves in goal. On to the next game now, which is Newcastle. So what every Arsenal fan wants to know, who will be playing against Newcastle? Will Arsenal have Victor Gyökeres up front against Newcastle? We know on Tuesday we got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. We got David Ornstein saying that the deal is done. We're still waiting for him. Where is he? The reports coming out are that he flew to London today, and that he's in London, and that he's undergoing a medical to complete his move to Arsenal, and that he is set to fly over here for the tour. Now, I'm really hoping that he arrives here for the game against Newcastle this weekend, because I'm not going to Hong Kong for the game against Tottenham. I'm flying back to England, so I really want him to be involved for selfish reasons against Newcastle this weekend when we play them on Sunday. So we'll have to see what happens with that one. But a lot of the reports are Mikel Arteta wants him out here as soon as possible. He is undergoing his medical and doing the media work for the announcement video. They need to come out with a serious announcement video when Victor Gyökeres is announced. This is a big, big signing. One of the most informed strikers in world football. And we finally going to have a proven goal scorer up front. Just saying that, actually, if you look back on last night's game, the two areas last night where I was still a little bit disappointed are the two areas that I felt we needed to address more than any other going into the summer transfer window. One was the striker, which Gyökeres is going to address. I didn't think Havertz was particularly good. He worked his socks off. Yeah, for shameless reasons, people. While I was doing media, I'm standing next to the goal. Havertz was running off the pitch. As he was running off the pitch towards me, I gave him a little high five, said, keep going, Kai. And he ran back onto the pitch. They was on to me in the comments. Oh, football friends. Oh, your friends. No, you know, I was just trying to encourage the brother, man. Keep your head up until Gyökeres turns up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go easy in the comments, people. And the other one was Gabriel Martinelli. I was actually in the first half stood right next to where Martinelli was playing. And listen, he got one decent little nutmeg on the defender, which was good. But apart from that, he just looks short of ideas. He runs in straight lines. He doesn't move the defender side to side and make it difficult for him. frustrating watching Martinelli yesterday, and you can see that we need to upgrade in that left wing position. Now, who do we upgrade in that left wing position? If you saw my post-game video yesterday, yeah, I spoke to Rafa Leao after the game. I thought he was impressive again, although again the end product wasn't perfect in terms of, you know, his shots were straight at the goalkeeper at times. We can just drift past 2 or 3 players like they're not even there. Arsenal are not really being linked with Leao, so that's not likely to happen. But Eze is the one that everyone's talking about. Reports yesterday in the press that Arsenal, once they complete this deal for Gyökeres, their aim is to sell 1 or 2 players and then go and try and sign Eberechi Eze. We know that we've already agreed personal terms with him. It's a case of, will Arsenal pay the £68 million release clause? Will they try and negotiate a different kind of payment structure with Crystal Palace? Will Crystal Palace even agree to it? I mean, they're in Europe. Eze's their best player. Why would they make this deal easy for Arsenal when Eze has got 2 years left on his deal? I don't know. I think it might require the release clause to get that deal over the line. But certainly, I think Arsenal need to improve on that left-hand side. We're still a very one-sided team. Everything goes down that right to Saka. I thought Saka had a really good game. One thing that I thought was very interesting about Saka is that you can see that he links up better with Ben White than Timber. Now, I think most people would say Timber is better defensively than Ben White. But I think going forward, Ben White is probably better than Timber and definitely has a better link-up with Bukayo Saka. So I think those two at right back are going to have real competition next season. I don't think that's just clear cut of who's going to play there, which you need. You need healthy competition in your team moving forward. So I really hope Arsenal, you know, make a move for Eberechi Eze going forward. One thing that was interesting yesterday, and I'm sure this is becoming public knowledge, he's been seen over here today in the shopping centre, but last night as we was leaving, we saw Christian Mosquera. He was there. Looked like he was trying to keep a low profile. I was going to say a high profile. A low profile. He had his hood up. We seen him, and I, you know, didn't mention it, but it's been seen now. He's in the shopping centre today with Kepa, Zubamendi, and Marino, and he's over here. Maybe the deal will be announced today by Arsenal, and maybe he will be involved against Newcastle on Sunday. There is an open training session out here tomorrow, which I will be attending. Obviously, it would be great if Gyökeres turned up, but whether he'll be here or not by then, we're not so sure yet. Somebody that isn't going to be on this tour, or certainly not this game against Arsenal by the looks of it, is Alexander Isak. Newcastle announcing that he will not be on the plane today, leaving England to come over here. According to the reports, he's got a knock on his thigh. But because of what Eddie Howe said last week about him not being in the right frame of mind to play against Celtic, transfer speculation is rife. Liverpool still being linked with him despite buying Ekitike for £80 million. Al Hilal apparently want to make him a blockbuster offer to go to Saudi Arabia on huge wages. Arsenal have been linked with him time and time again. Obviously with Gyökeres joining, would that stop Arsenal making a move for him? But Liverpool have signed Ekitike and are still being linked with him. So who knows with that one, people, if anybody is going to make a move for Alexander Isak. I think Newcastle have got a problem with him at the moment. So let's see what happens with that one. I think 1 or 2 players are expected to leave Arsenal. Sambi Lokonga didn't get any game time last night. Zinchenko's still being linked with a move to AC Milan. Reece Nelson, apparently Arsenal are in talks with Fulham. Fulham want him on a loan. Arsenal want an obligation to buy at the end of the loan. I thought Reece Nelson looked quite good last night. So maybe it's time for him to move on and get first team football if Arsenal are not going to give him that opportunity. But all in all, good tour so far, good victory. Looking forward to open training tomorrow. Game against Newcastle on Sunday. Will Gyökeres have that medical tied up, the media work, and get over here so that we can see him playing against Newcastle on Sunday. People, I want to say a big thank you for your support. While I've been over here on the tour, we've gone past 97,000 subs. We're hunting down that 100k. I think we're already at 97.1, so we're 2.9k away from 100,000 subs. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Big up yourselves. Daily content coming out. Keep it locked. Bless up each and every time, people. Bless.